Welcome to Mom Talk Podcast. We are your hosts. I'm Catherine. This is Dee Dee.
And we're here to spill your tea.
Unfortunately, tonight, Caroline couldn't be with us because she's feeling a little under the weather. But we do have some crazy topics that we're going to go into. And I'm going to start it off with the first one. My husband and I had an issue getting pregnant, and I didn't want him to know I wasn't able to. So I used my best friend's eggs in our embryo, and he doesn't know. How do I ever tell him I'm due in 3 months? Oh, could you fucking imagine? Could you imagine?
That whole story. I mean,
what would you do? What would you, like, would you do that? Would you be, like, if you couldn't get pregnant but your husband really wanted to?
I'm in shock because I understand if you could not have babies, you would do anything, right? Like, you're desperate, like, you want to have a baby, you want to become a mother, like, this is the dream of every little girl, to have a little baby. And, I mean, but that's a little extreme. I think
your best friend. So now it's like your best friend
is the mother too.
Yeah, you're not biologically, technically, you're not even the mom.
Well,
it's your best friend and your husband having a kid right now.
But you're carrying it.
Right. You're the surrogate.
You're carrying your best friend and your husband's kid.
You know what though? I'm not going to talk shit because I don't know if I would lie to my husband. I think I would just try to go, like, a different route. Like, listen, if you can't have kids, like, I mean, we're going to assume situations right now, right? Like, we know for a fact, she said she had issues getting pregnant and she really wanted a baby, but maybe her husband was just like, maybe they had already talked on the topic of, like, adoption or something. And he was, like, super, super against it. And he was like, I don't want, like, maybe there was, like, a relationship issue or, like, if they couldn't have kids, he didn't want to be with her. So she went to the extreme level to get an egg. And she ended up using her best friends, like, I don't know. But, like, you know what you would have to go through to, like, do some shit like that? Like, you'd have to go behind his back with doctors and everything. Like, he's the only one that doesn't know. Like, that's crazy.
That is a little harsh.
Yeah, because it's in the embryo, right? So her husband knew that they had a problem getting pregnant, right? So I guess maybe they tried to do it with, like, an embryo where they inserted inside of you, but they didn't use her eggs. They used somebody else's. So the doctors are in on it. They know it's not her eggs. You can't fake that. The doctors are aware. But at the
same time, would you use, like, somebody else's eggs, that, like, somebody you don't know, or rather be your best friend, that person that you know and love, and, like, rather have their child?
No. I would never use your eggs. And I love you. And I trust you with my whole fucking life.
Yeah, you maybe not, but, like, maybe I have a friend that, like, would. You know
I'm saying the reason I wouldn't is because life will get way too complicated. Now it's like what if we fall apart? What if we're not friends anymore? What happens?
It's
this
my
kid is now going exactly.
Yeah.
And I would never want that thrown in my face. Like, let's say we got into a really bad fight 6 years from now, and that was, like, your kid. Not only is that kid going to resemble you, they're gonna question me at some point.
Why?
Okay.
Nobody will go to the sperm donor, be like, hey,
you're my best friend. I'm with you all the time.
No. But I'm
saying,
the kid
is going to be around you, and they're going to, like, it's not like it's some random person that we don't know whose it is. Like, I know it's yours, right? Like, I know it's your eggs.
Like, people will tell that, oh my God, like, is that your kid?
He or she looks so much like you. Like, if I was to do that with a best friend, they better look exactly fucking like me. Because there's no way. Like, your features and Andrew's features, we would fucking know. We would know that's not my kid. There's no fucking way.
But I still think it's gonna, because the egg is an egg, but still, like, carrying the child, you're gonna give it some of your DNA. Like, it's like blood exchange. There's so much DNA exchange.
Yeah, but they're not gonna look like you.
Well,
it's not like true DNA. Those eggs are not from you. Those eggs aren't from you. They're from the friend.
I don't know enough about it, I guess. because I don't know enough cases.
Well, what would you do if you were the husband?
Oh, I'll be very upset. I'll be upset that she never told me anything. Maybe I would have been agreed to be like, oh, your best friend. Oh, it's okay. You know, maybe
Or-
I would have agreed.
You know what? Maybe.
I don't know, but she's due like in 3
3
months.
months.
It's done. It's done. It's like gone. It's the baby is almost there.
I don't know. There's so many different situations with this. Like, what if he would have been okay with it, but just not the best friend?
I don't know. Well, yeah. What I'm you said adoption. He was not okay with adoption. What about
Hypothetical.
but what about regular? The same thing with the eggs, but.
Maybe he would have done it with anybody but the best, like somebody super close. I mean, we really
So
we
she
need
was-
more information, please.
So were you really like, I want my best friend than anybody else?
I don't know, man. That's rough. All I know is that if I was the husband, because I mean, 3 months is coming, and when that baby comes out, he's gonna realize something's a little off unless they're like, they look exactly the same. Unless they're like both blondes or both brunettes or both eye color,
If the friends look alike.
right, like there are people that you see all the time,
Yeah.
like their friends look like each other.
Yeah.
You know, so unless they like you guys look a lot alike and you're like the same nationality, you're gonna have a problem. But at the same
Yeah.
time, it's like that's not something you can just lie about.
Yeah.
Like you're not gonna be able to get away with something like that for very long. Like it's going to end up on it's gonna come.
Uncovering
Yeah,
itself.
it's gonna uncover itself. That's pretty rough. I don't know. If I was him, I would leave her and I'd take my kid and then probably go fuck my best friends.
How many people know?
I'd probably go be with the best friend now. In reality, she's just the surrogate, though. Yeah, how many people do know? Maybe just the two. Well, them two and the doctors. That's for sure. That's fuck. Everybody knows but you. Like,
Well-
the doctors are also lying to the dad. Are you allowed to even
Like
do
how
that?
about like everybody else, like his parents, your parents, like do they know?
There's no way.
Like how is this like
There's no way.
there is no way. But
There's no way that her family
if-
would know.
a secret like that, once it comes out, it's gonna bite you so hard.
That's like a different level type of secret. Like we've talked in other episodes of like if the husband found out XYZ, but this is like you're carrying his child with somebody else's eggs that are not yours.
And
you're,
he doesn't know.
and you're medically lying to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
That's so
That's
Yeah.
rough. Are you even legally allowed to do that?
I don't know.
I don't know
I was just
either.
thinking I said wrong. I was gonna say illegal. I was like, that's wrong. But I was like, is it illegal? Like I don't know. I feel like it's morally definitely illegal.
I don't know.
But like if you have the consent of the egg donor and the mother
The egg donor. Well, yeah.
and the
But what about the sperm
carrier.
donor?
Exactly.
In order to create the
Exactly.
embryo, you need the sperm and the egg. We're gonna go into a science lesson, folks. So one person has to love the other person, and they
Yeah.
fornicate.
Yes, but so the eggs were put inside her.
Yeah. So this girl I know, she had difficulty like naturally doing it, so they called it like a turkey baste. That's literally like like the turkey base.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
The-
it was like almost like that, pretty much. She said. So they took the egg and they took the sperm. They cleaned it.
On the
they made
plate.
sure. No, fucking plate, Didi. This is like not real. This is not real. They're not taking it with a turkey baster and shoving it inside her. She said like she would make a joke that she was turkey based. So they basically take a clean egg and they take the clean sperm and they combine it like an embryo and they literally inside the vagina they insert it.
The already fertilized egg.
Right, everything.
Yeah.
Everything is clean, ready to go, like they're good. Sometimes it doesn't take, but a lot of
Yeah.
the times it does with this procedure. I forget the name of it. I would
Is it
have
the
to
one that
ask.
usually comes out like twins or like more than like,
I don't
it
know. I
takes
think
more
that's
than one?
IVF.
Oh, that's IVF.
I think that's IVF. It's not IVF. It's not a needle. They actually entered it. A girl that I know and her wife, they've done the same type of procedure because it's two women. So now you need a sperm donor. But sometimes it sticks and sometimes it doesn't. And in this case, it's stuck for her. So
Yeah, it's stuck. So
it stuck. It worked. She was some good eggs and good sperm.
Uh,
What would you do as a husband? I know I would.
I don't know.
I would walk out.
I would freeze for a moment, think about it, try to like realize what she's saying to me, because
Freeze?
that's a lot to like.
I would fucking leave.
No, like this is a lot to assimilate. Like imagine somebody sitting you down and telling you this story.
I'd be.
Like
Yeah.
one thing is for us to
My-
hear it that we are like we don't really
Yeah,
care.
my jaw dropped the second I fucking read
Yeah.
this one.
And you stay speechless for a second because it's like, what did I just hear? What did I just read?
Right, because that's fucking insanity.
That's what he
I don't
would
even
do.
know if that's legally possible. I don't know.
Oh,
I would divorce. That's a big fucking lie that you
that's
have
a
to.
big lie.
You'd have to go through so many different things to be able to pull that shit off, and then I don't know. I would leave. I would not stay.
You're gonna leave the person that you love so much, and
You,
they're
but
gonna
you
have.
love me so much that you went behind my back.
And how come he doesn't know that she's pregnant? Like she's like 3 months. Like she's gonna give him like.
No, he knows. He obviously knows that his wife's pregnant.
But he thought that it's natural and it's his and hers.
No, Didi, they did it through an embryo. So they had to do that procedure where they inserted inside her. He's very much aware of everything.
Of everything.
Other than that, the egg in that embryo is her best friend's and not hers.
That's crazy.
I am so sorry to anybody that sent this to us. You obviously really, really, really wanted a kid. You really did. And for whatever reason, you couldn't go any other route but doing this, where you had to go behind your husband's back. Me personally, if you're gonna go and tell him, just expect the worst, because
Expect the worst.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah.
But at some point, you're gonna have to tell him this. In my opinion, because there is no way, unless she's literally like your twin best friend. That is insanity. No offense. Like, again, just my opinion.
There
That's
is
just,
a huge explanation behind it.
there has to be.
there-
We just don't know.
We just don't know it. There's a huge explanation with the friend involving that we don't know.
I don't know, man.
And maybe he might stay. We don't know.
Yeah, maybe he would stay. Maybe he would understand.
but
but you gotta talk about it.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, it's gonna come out and it's gonna look like somebody else.
Unless she's literally your twin. Do you have anything else you want to talk about on this topic?
No, I think that's pretty much it.
All right. So we're gonna move on to the next topic, and Didi's gonna talk about it.
Okay. I've been with someone for 5 months. I just found out his green card is expiring in 2 months. I feel like if I don't marry him, I will lose him. What do I do?
That's rough. Like, first off, I don't really like. For me, I don't understand 100% the whole process and like how that would work. Like, I've heard people saying that they just marry to stay like in the country, but like, I know you're from Bulgaria and you had to come here, and now you're a citizen. So like, how does that work?
Well, I don't know how it works for everyone, but what I did was I came as a J1 student, and my J1 visa was only good for the summer, like it was a 6-month visa. So at the end of my visa, I went home. And then the next summer I came back, and I already knew John. And we started dating. So I extended my visa. I made it into tourist visa, so I can stay and just like explore the country, but I wasn't allowed to work. And then we were dating. Then I was illegal, like I overstayed my visa. I was literally like illegal for maybe 2 years.
Wow.
So
You
it
illegal
was
bitch.
Yeah. No, it was hard because like what do you do? Like do you go back home and like the person that you love might find
Well, at
somebody else?
Right, at that time you were with John. So like you didn't want to leave.
So I don't want to leave. I don't want to lose John. And I mean, there's so many things involved. Like I had school back home, I had family back home, I had friends back home. It's very hard to be an immigrant in general. I think it's like it's very hard. So whatever who tells that story, so I'm the other person basically.
Mhm.
So, and it was very hard for me to decide to stay and to go through all of this and to fight for my rights and to become legal. And
Which she is. She became a
yes,
citizen.
so me and John dated for 2 years, and then we got married, and then I started applying for my papers, and then after 10 years I became a citizen. So I have all the rights, almost every right that a regular citizen have, and it feels good. It feels better. I didn't marry John for the documents. It was just something that I feel like it was needed to be done so we can be together and we can live the life that we've been living. And I don't know. I feel like I made a good choice for myself. I feel like John also is happy with his choice.
Right.
But when something like that happens, um, like I was dating John and I decided to like overstay and everything, but that's like it's on the other person. Like you're asking what do you do, but what does the other person also
Wanna do.
want to do? Because like yes, like they have to also know the cost, what like it's gonna cost. Because at some point you become a little stuck, like you cannot do all the things that a regular person can do, so you have to go around that, and your partner needs to support you a lot. So and sometimes that support is heavy on both, like it's hard to ask for support and it's hard to give support.
Right. I don't know. In that situation, it is like it's like the other partner now. What do they want to do? Like, are they willing to stay? Are they willing to get married? Are they willing to fight for that relationship? Or are they willing to run? So now in this situation, we don't know. Let's say he does want to stay, right?
Yeah.
But like at the same time, situations like that make me so eerie. Because like, what if they only got in? Because what did it say that she just found out it expires?
Yes. So
Okay,
yeah.
that makes me a little weary sometimes because it's like you just found out it's expiring, but he knew when you guys started dating 5, 6 months ago. So it's like, was he in this relationship because maybe he was hoping that you would ask, like, let's get married for the paperwork? But at the same time, let's say it wasn't like that. She did it. He did it because no, she is the one that lives here and he's the one that lives somewhere else. So let's say they are truly in love.
Yeah.
And they don't want their relationship to end. And now he is willing to stay. I don't see the problem in this. For
No.
me, I genuinely don't. I feel like this is a controversial thing.
Well, also like there are things that like somebody wants to stay and they will pay somebody. Like let's say there are like
a mail order bride.
Yeah, the whatever it's called. Like
do you know what a mail order bride is?
Well, I guess this like paying somebody to marry you.
No, a mail order bride is like
what is that?
It's literally like somebody goes on the internet and it's almost like fucking human trafficking.
Oh.
Like no, but it's like I don't know if it's legal. I don't fucking know. But it's like literally you go online and it's like, oh, she's beautiful. I want her as my wife. And they bring her into the country. You get married. She gets papers, and now you have a fucking wife. It's literally a mail-in bride. Oh. Mail order bride.
No, I was not that.
Oh, no, not you, not you. I'm saying, but like that's fucking crazy. Like imagine. I'm surprised you didn't know what a mail order bride is. Maybe. John's never made jokes. I was like, you're my mail order bride.
He dares.
Yeah, fucking fucking ruin a man's life. No, but it's usually like Russian women.
Yeah, dare to speak to the Bulgarian too. You know when you go in a dark alley and you don't want to like get robbed, you just start talking Russian.
Is that a thing?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. That's not people Russian. That's scared. Like my sick Italian voice. Oh yeah.
My drunk Italian.
My dad. Oh yeah. Oh my god. But no, I don't know. But I do want to say this is a very controversial topic. Because immigration is a hot topic right now with everything that's going on in the U.S. In this situation, though, it's like, and I feel like we spoke about this recently, like you were mentioning, when you are becoming a citizen, though, you do have to show that, like, you want to live here and be a citizen, and there are things that you have to go through. Like you had said, like you have to
Yes.
show that you want to pay tax. Like you
So
explain.
yeah, so you basically have to prove that you're gonna be a good citizen and a good resident first, and then a good citizen, so that you're gonna like work and pay your taxes and pay your bills and just
Not
like
do anything
keep,
illegal,
yeah,
not
keep
do anything
off,
wrong.
keep off jail.
It's almost like you're in a probation for X amount of
basically.
time.
So, and they want proof and like letters, pictures, everything they can get their hands on to prove that like you are in good faith,
Yeah.
in good, like you have good intentions and you're like for real,
Mhm.
like you want to contribute to this country and you want to contribute to the government and like work with the system, not like
Against the system.
and not mooch off of it or against it, yeah, whatever.
Right. I don't
So
know. I would again
I
in
mean,
that
if
message.
he-
Does it say that she's already approached the idea, or she's looking to see
I
if she
mean,
should?
I says she's like, I feel I should marry him as if he already proposed. I mean, so if he, I don't know, maybe they were talking about it only. Maybe he did propose. But if, let's say, he did propose, I mean, it's very sweet.
And you should say yes. What are you writing to us anonymously?
I mean, if you guys can see like how the there's like two sides, like there's the beautiful side of the relationship and there'll be like the hard side,
The reality.
the reality. And if you can see both and working together, knowingly that both is gonna happen, like you're gonna have your good and bad moments,
Mm-hmm.
like every relationship. I mean,
But
go
it's
for
trickier
it.
because when you're okay, I think in this situation though it can be a little tricky because you have to realize like they're not from here, so they don't have family here.
No.
More than likely, they don't. They don't have a permanent job because
No.
if they're here illegal, not illegally, but if they're here on like a work visa and whatnot,
and it's about to expire.
right. It's that job is also not permanent. So it
Yeah,
also
but if they
makes
get
things
married and they're in the process, I think you receive a letter where you are allowed to work because you're in the process of becoming legal. So they give you like the permission to.
Let me ask you a question. When you have those work visas, is there a limit on how much you can make?
Oh, I don't know. No, I don't think so.
No.
No, I don't think so because yeah, you can make whatever because you gotta pay the taxes for it regardless.
Right.
Like when I was in when I work here and I went back to Bulgaria, I remember they paid me back the taxes. Like you receive taxes back, I received my taxes back as well because while I was working here, I was paying my taxes.
Okay.
So the 1099, you fill up a form for your taxes at the end of the year. I had to do that in Bulgaria, so I can receive my taxes from here.
Interesting.
It was pretty cool because we don't do that in Bulgaria. They don't give you anything.
They give you shit.
Yeah, they pretty much they just take.
Oh my god.
I don't know if we should.
I don't know if in the situation, because we don't know if he did propose, then you should say yes if you love him. I mean, 5 months or however, how long have they been together? What does it
5
say?
months.
5 months. Ah.
Shady. No.
Shady.
Shady.
No.
I said shady. I mean, if you know, you have to know the person, and you have to know first yourself.
But can you really know a person in
You
5
have to know
months?
yourself first. So,
But love can be so fucking tricky.
don't give more than you're willing to lose. So, don't give anything you're willing to lose. So, if you're not willing to
lose, you're signing a marriage
Yeah.
certificate. That's a lot to go through a divorce and everything like that. Like, what happens if they get married, right?
Yeah.
All is well. He goes through the process. He gets his citizenship. And then after he gets it, he's like, fuck this. I'm out.
Well, that happens even without papers.
Right. But what if he's doing it just for the papers?
Well, that's shitty too.
I don't know. These situations are so
It's very
fucking
tricky. But it's also tricky, like, to not tell your husband about, like, getting the eggs from your best
Dee,
friend.
that is so fucking different.
I mean,
What do you mean?
there's always, like, something shitty. I feel
A lie is a lie,
no.
but you conning. That's
No,
a con.
I'm not saying it's good. No, I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm just saying that it's
in that
illegal.
situation, it is, because you have to like actually show proof that you guys are like together and in love. No.
Yeah, because but you're saying like after he gets the, let's say, citizenship.
After he gets a citizenship, he's just like, yeah, this isn't working for me. I'm gonna bounce.
Yeah, it can happen. I don't know if it's illegal though.
No, that's well, I don't know.
No,
But I don't know.
because let's say like they did have a good relationship and then just something like, I don't know.
That's different.
I
That's
don't
different
know.
if it was good and like they really wanted it and they loved each other, but then they were like, this just isn't working for both of us. Like, it's okay. We can get a divorce, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But like, if you did it just like if you're lying
No,
about
but
it the
that's
whole
horrible.
time, then you're just a piece of shit.
Yeah. Yeah, just piece of shit.
Literally just a piece of
Shit.
shit.
Yeah, not nice.
But if you are in love with him and he is truly in love with you, I mean, 5 months, I don't know if you could truly be so in love with someone. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I love my husband. I've been with him for 7 years, and I don't think I was at the point where I would marry him 5 months in.
Yeah, it's too early to make a decision like that, and you only have 2 months to decide.
Was I infatuated with my husband 5 months in? Absolutely.
That's what I'm saying. Like you, like that.
We started dating in September. We did move in with each other though in March. So September, October, November, December, January, February, March. Okay.
6
So
months.
6 months. Yeah, okay. I don't know. It's been so long. I don't remember what the first 5 months feels like. I don't know. Okay, well, my husband played me for a little while and would not fucking tell me to my face he was in love with me until like I think June of 2019. That fucking bastard.
No.
Something like that. It was after we were living in the apartment. So it was like right. But like I knew I loved him. But like 5 months just isn't enough. Cuz you don't know. You know how many relationships I've been in where in like I was with somebody for a few years and it just didn't work?
Yeah.
So it's like tricky. But then it's always like you hear those stories where it's like, I knew from day one they were the one. And it's like, shut the fuck up. No, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
It's a lie. You're such a fucking liar. That's not real. No, it is. Like,
No.
with Andrew, I will never forget. I don't know if I've ever spoken on the story of how me and Andrew met on the podcast.
I don't think so.
Me and Andrew met because I was a third-party marketer in Costco, and my husband at the time worked at Costco. And I remember the first time I saw him, I was like, oh my god. Oh, who's the fucking ginger with the tattoos? He's not a ginger. He's not. But I would make fun of him that way. But I literally remember when I first saw him, I was like, I'm gonna fuck this man. Like, you know what I mean? I was so infatuated with him. I was like, oh, he's so hot. Like I want him. Yeah, I just want him. You know what I mean? But I don't think that would be considered love at first sight, because if it is, then it's like I just wanted to fuck you at first sight. You know what I mean? But to be fair, me and Andrew at the time when we first started talking, we didn't think it was going to be anything long term, because I was supposed to relocate with my marketing company at the time to South Carolina. And he had just gotten out of like a 10-year relationship, and we were like, this isn't going to happen. And a booty call turned into a very, very long, happy life together. But you never know. I mean, I don't know. 5 months is a little... But again, I don't remember what the first 5 months feels like.
I feel like you never know, but like you have to assess your situation, the person, yourself, and just sometimes taking risk, it pays off, and then sometimes you just learn another lesson. I mean,
you live and you learn.
You live and you learn. I feel like we gotta stand up for love.
Yeah, we do. Love is fucking love. Whether you want to fuck him or you want to marry him, it's all love.
Or all of it.
Okay. Anything else?
No.
All right.
That's pretty much
We're
it.
gonna go on to the next topic, and I'm gonna be reading this one. I'm being trolled on the internet for my weight, and I'm getting frustrated to the point where I think I'm gonna close down all of my accounts because I am so depressed. Why are people so mean? I can relate to this one so fucking hard. And I genuinely feel so terrible for whoever posted this to the anonymous link because this is something I feel like so many people literally like this is so fucking triggering because so many people go through this shit like every day and it could be shaming someone for literally anything. It doesn't just have to be for the weight. But let me tell you something, girlfriend. To whoever sent this or man, like I can pull up so hold up. I'm gonna pull up some messages. If you know us, we are Long Island Mom Talk, and a bunch of our videos had gone viral when everything started and we had made that Mom Talk video. And there was one of us where we were standing in like a triangle and it was like the sweater reveal with all of our names on it. I had to delete over like 1,000 fucking comments of people just calling me fat. Literally just calling me fat. Here, for example, I could pull up a few for y'all. Here we go. Why is the big one in the front blocking everybody else? That's what somebody fucking said because I was the one in the front. Just to clarify, I'm not 300 pounds. I'm 200 pounds. I am not heavily obese. I am a little obese. I know that. I accept that. But the problem is that there are trolls on the internet that love to just fucking bash people because they're bored with their lives. At first, when everything started hitting and we were going viral, I was like, I can handle all this. It's totally fine. Like, it's not going to bother me. Like, I've spoken to them about it so many times. Like, you have to take shit that people say from the internet with a grain of salt. And it's so much easier said than done. When we had that influx of this video going crazy viral, it hit over 1 million views on Instagram. And on TikTok, it hit over like 550,000. And on TikTok, I didn't get as much hate, but Instagram is way fucking meaner. And on Instagram, when all those messages came in, I remember that one day sitting in the house and Andrew was at work and Scarlett was at my mom's. And I'm sitting there and my phone's just constantly blowing up. And every comment that's coming through is just literally fat shaming and hating me. Like, I'm sorry. First off, you don't even know me. With all of that coming in at one time, it's like at that very moment, I didn't even realize that I, for myself, could not handle it. And I ended up deleting each one. I sat there and cried for about 2.5 hours. And then I snapped myself out of it and said, Catherine, you're a big bitch in the best fucking way possible. And all these little fuckers can literally kick rocks and eat shit. And you're literally the bottom of my fucking shoe. I don't give a shit about you. And I woke up to the realization that if you don't know me, you have no sense of not liking me. End of story. And it was something that really I had to like bring myself to terms. Like, you know how people have anxiety and it's like,
and
it's
you gotta
so
pull
hard.
yourself from
Right.
like
Right.
to now, to here and now.
Right. And it's
Yeah.
hard. If it is. It's hard when, especially if you're like an overthinker. Like, we know people that like, I know for a fucking fact, if they were being trolled or shamed on the internet, they would not be able to handle it. But when you're putting yourself in a situation like social media platforms and you're putting yourself out there, it doesn't matter how pretty, how skinny, and how you look, somebody is going to pick on you no matter fucking what. It doesn't,
Yep.
right now they have what they think is your weight to use against you. And I thought to myself right there, so what if I was skinny? What if I was the perfect fucking person? Somebody's still going to shit on me for something. There are so many different things people can troll you on. It's not just that, like,
The biggest thing that I hear constantly is like, how tall are you? Oh my god, you're so tall.
people
And
shit on her
skinny,
for that
like,
too.
For just being like so tall. It's like, yes, I'm so tall, it's my genes. Literally, it's genes. It's genetics. Like, we cannot change who we are, and acceptance is the key. And if you have nothing nice to say,
Don't say
don't
it
say
at all.
anything.
Don't fucking
Say
talk.
nothing.
Keep
Like,
your fucking little opinions to yourself.
Scroll. Like,
Yeah,
pass
if you
by.
don't like something, why?
Just keep going. Like, why would you stop and put your attention on something you do not like unless you actually do like it?
Mm-hmm. There was another one where, like, Somebody was like, it's like you guys are just looking to get a show. First off, who's to say we didn't? We weren't offered. Who's to say we were? Who's to say we weren't? It doesn't matter what your opinion was on that fact, okay? The fact is that you're so heavily annoyed that you clearly were not fucking invited to the table, that you have to come and shame us. And you know what the worst part was? From the mom talk videos of us? Because, like, even people were like, who's the fucking giraffe? Dee Dee's not a fucking giraffe, okay? But you know what
Maybe I am.
But you know what was crazy?
Giraffes are beautiful.
You know what was crazy about everything with the shaming of mom talk? It was fucking mothers. It was mothers shaming mothers.
It was
just because there was a label of mom talk on it. What if we were just a bunch of girls that were moms, that were best friends, that wanted to fucking make videos, which was literally what we were doing? Why does that bother you so much?
Yeah.
Like, people are stupid, and you have to really take what people say who don't know you with a grain of fucking salt. A grain.
And like, for somebody to, let's say, like, it's hard to put yourself out there in public.
Mm-hmm.
To make a video, like, to make a nice video, to like put your energy into it and then put it out there, and like for people to like it, and then like scroll if you don't like it. Seriously.
You know what though? That's so hard to say, because you know how many times I see a video and I'm like, oh, I want to fucking say something. But not like shaming someone. Not shaming, but like giving an opinion. I get it. I really do.
Opinion is an opinion, but shaming is a different story, because you can say, oh, you girls should have worn like a different color. Oh, maybe you should go outside, make a video. Like, that's an opinion. Saying, oh, you're fat. Like, what opinion is that? This is not an opinion. This is not an opinion. Whoever you think it is, like, I feel like those.
Yeah, and it's not an opinion, but it's also not a fucking fact.
It's nothing. It's literally not.
It's not a fat fact.
Okay? It's nothing. It's literally just trolling.
It's awful though, because like so many people go through this. Like, it is such a horrible thing that people genuinely go through when it comes to the internet and it comes to like shaming. Like, I know so many influencers who talk about this all the time, and like, they're gorgeous, perfect bodies. They will fucking nitpick every little thing that you do just so that they have a reason to fucking hate you, not like you, and shit on you. I don't understand.
It's for them to feel better about themselves. It's like when you see something so perfect, or like, oh, you see those moms getting together. I don't have that. Well, let me say something bad about it, because I don't have it. I want it. I'm jealous, and like, I don't know, out of spite. Just 100%. Out of spite.
It is. They're just miserable. If you are shaming someone purposefully with no reason and you don't know them, you're a shitty fucking person. You're miserable. You have nothing better to do, and you're so upset with yourself that you have to go and shit on somebody else's life because you're upset with your own. That's literally what it is. It's disgusting, and it's so sad because this needs to stop. But at the end of the day, like, I look at it now, like, thank you for your engagement. Thank you for your engagement. You just engaged my post. Thank you so much. That's literally how I look at it now. Now, if you're, especially like when you're somebody who's starting out doing social media and you're getting a lot of hate for that stuff, the good people are coming. I don't know what it is with like Instagram. They like to get all the nasty fucking people to view your videos first, and then you start to find your people that genuinely love and adore you. But it's sad because there are so many shitty people on the internet that you have to get through their algorithm in order to get to the good. And it's like the good amount is such a small percentage in comparison to the bad part.
It's a funnel, so you funnel people out, and like only the people that like you stay, and then the trolls, they just get tired of trolling you and they just go to somebody else to troll.
No, trolls never end. Avery Woods, she's got a few million followers. I fucking love her with all of my heart.
I love her too.
Love Avery Woods. She still has people that will just fucking nitpick into shit and just try to shit on her life and put her down. Like, what does she do so bad to like bother you?
Yeah, like she's just doing her thing.
Right. She's just, but that's what we're all doing. Like, we're all just like social media is a highlight reel of your life. You see what we want you to see. So if we're posting something, it's because we love what we're sharing. So if we love it, why do you have to tear it down and make us feel like terrible people because we're sharing our life? And that's the part that I just don't understand. So because you don't like something, you have to go and shame someone. That's fucked. It's fucked up. I don't like that. And I'm so sorry to the girl that sent this in because it is depressing when it's like a constant thing. I'm telling you, like that day I was literally crying in my house for like 2 hours and I didn't even tell anybody about it. What was that, Halloween? I think I told you guys like that night at my parents' Halloween party. I was like drunk and I was like, yeah, like I cried for like 2 hours this morning. You know, like making light of it because I was over it at that point. I realized that it's going to continue. I realized it's okay. Not that it's okay for someone to shame you, but it's okay to move past the point of realizing that they are the dirt underneath your shoe and they don't have you don't have the time or energy to even focus on something that's so fucking irrelevant into your life that you should just keep on going.
But do you know what I think is beautiful?
What?
When somebody calls you names, whatever they are,
Beautiful.
and
I was
then
like, wait, what?
and then like bad names, and then like in the comments, and then somebody else comes out to protect you, like other people come out to be like, don't you dare talk about her, who are you to say that, look at yourself, blah blah blah. They start like shaming the other guy, like even like, I don't know, they come out stronger. I feel like if people relate to what somebody else is going through, they're gonna go hardcore protecting them and like defending. And I think that's the beautiful part, because leave the bad comments. Leave the bad comments. Don't delete the bad comments. Leave them there for as a reminder for yourself and other people that shouldn't bother you. Like it shouldn't
and
be.
It doesn't define you.
It does not define you. It's absolutely nothing. It's a engagement. Literally, it's just engagement.
It's engagement.
It's engagement.
100%.
That's all that it is. And it's up to you to make it something or not. Will it bother you or not? I mean, it's very hard to make yourself like believe like, oh, like everybody loves me. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying
at the end of the day, not everybody is going to love you.
And nobody should love you. Not everybody should love you. Like
the haters are what make you.
You just have to keep doing the thing that you love.
Just remember, if you have haters, it means you're doing something right.
Exactly.
100%.
Oh, yes.
If you have haters, you're doing something right. Somebody said when we started this podcast, I don't even remember who it was, but they were like, once you start having haters towards the podcast, then you really made it. And agreed. 1,000 fucking %. Because people who hate on you are people who are jealous. And if they're jealous, it's because you're doing something right and they're envious. And you're still doing something right. So keep on doing what you're doing. Do not give up. Do not give up hope. Do not delete your accounts.
Keep posting your beautiful videos.
Don't let them fucking win. Because you deleting all of your accounts is just going to let them win. Don't let them fucking win. Because they're not worthy of winning.
No.
You're worthy of winning.
Absolutely.
Keep doing what you're doing.
And and you breaking through that point gets you like to a higher level, like makes you stronger, like your core.
Every single person that is on social media platforms that are doing what they're doing and they're making money, especially like these influencers and these content creators, they all went through it. Every single person goes through it. It is normal to get shit on. It just is. It's disgusting. It's disgusting to say out loud, but it is.
But it's natural. One of the natural things in life.
Yeah, it shouldn't be. But unfortunately, on the internet, people are able to hide behind their computers. And it's so funny because the people that are shitting on you, like, I know earlier we said, like, the people that were shitting on us were other moms, but a lot of them are, like, user XY172 with no fucking picture and, like, 2 followers or 0 followers. And they're always fake profiles. Like, they're nothing.
Yeah, literally, like...
They're nothing. They're stupid.
Go check them.
Yeah, good. Like
no,
it's crazy. It's honestly, it's crazy. Because they're like not even real people. They're legit trolls.
Yeah.
They're keyboard warriors. They're bored at home looking to stir some shit up. That's all it is.
That's all that it is.
Literally, that's all
Don't
that
let
it
them
is.
win. Don't let them get you.
Never let them win. All right.
Good.
Let's move on to the next topic, and Dee Dee's going to start off with this one.
All right. So my mom is with the guy who called child safety on here but doesn't know he did. Her children are now in my care.
Do you understand what that says?
I
You
I
give
don't-
it to me. Okay. So it says, my mum is with the guy who called child safety on her, but doesn't know he did. Her children are now in my care. So pretty much that means that somebody else, like
he called the child safety
he
on
called
the mom.
CPS on the mom who he's currently dating, and now his daughter has her kids.
Her daughter has her kids.
Yeah, her kids.
But she doesn't know that he did that.
Correct. So she's with someone who called CPS on her and has no idea that it was actually the person she's with.
Wow.
Could you fucking imagine?
Wow.
First off, do you know what it feels like to have your kids ripped away from you? I mean, I don't, but I could only imagine.
If she finds out this is the guy, oh my god. And the daughter knows.
Yeah, clearly the daughter knows.
Oof.
According to the message, because it sounds like it's her that's sending this in.
It's crazy.
That's sad. Like, what would you do in a situation where, like,
Who am I?
okay, I'm the wife, you're the boyfriend, right? I mean, I'm the girlfriend, you're the boyfriend, and you call CPS on me for whatever reason may be.
Why would I still date you? First off, why
Why go
why is
through all
he-
that ish? Like, why would you go through all that?
Yeah, why would you take somebody's kids away and then still date the woman? You didn't want the kids around? He didn't want,
Oh, that would be fucked.
like, he
But
didn't-
you would have to be in a bad situation in order for,
for them
CPS
to actually
take the kids.
take them. Yes, like,
Because it doesn't just work like that, and I know we spoke about that earlier. Like, it doesn't just because you call CPS doesn't mean they're gonna just come and arrest you and take the children. It doesn't work like that. Like, you would have to be in a serious environment where they have so much
in
proof.
danger. Like, the children need to be in real danger.
Yeah,
For them to be taken away. Like, they just don't take, like,
it doesn't just work like that. Like, they would have. There's steps to this.
oh my goodness, it's so harsh.
Like, I'll
This
give
is
an
so
example.
bad. This is so bad.
This girl was with her boyfriend. They had just had a kid, and they were using DRUGS. And I don't want to say it out loud because you just never know. But the boyfriend OD'd in the front seat, and the cops came up and found them in this parking lot, and the girl was in the backseat with the baby, also using, and they still didn't take the kid away. Like, there was so many things, and then they ended up putting the mom and the child in a rehab together. Like, they still didn't take the kid away. So there are so many things you have to go through for those kids to have been placed in somebody else's home.
So you're saying that there was an actual reason they took the children from the mom.
has to
So
be.
the guy was right. Basically, you're saying that the guy must have had an actual reason because the
yeah, but then
children
why are you with this person if
No.
there's an actual reason?
Why? How did the daughter, the oldest daughter, I guess, got the care of the children?
So when you're in a situation like that, they don't just take the kids away and put them in foster care. The first choice goes to a relative or somebody in the family. So, like, they would go through family before they had to go into, like, foster care.
Okay, and she took them in.
Right. So I guess the daughter is over the age
So
of
the
18.
mom. So the mom must have. So the mom should. She should know that the children are in.
No, she knows. In the message, the
But-
mom is aware. She doesn't know that it was the fucking boyfriend
Oh wow.
that
Yes,
called
yes, yes.
CPS and got her in trouble with everything, with whatever it might have
Wow.
been. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
And this is a hot topic right now because there's a girl on the internet called 17 Diapers. And she went viral a few months ago because she
Hannah.
was Nurse Hannah. Because basically
she a nurse?
Yeah, she's a nurse. Her original video that I don't even know when, supposedly, it went viral because she was talking about not doing prenatal care while she was pregnant. So like she didn't go to the doctor. She like didn't do anything, but it's like this girl's a nurse, right? She got a lot of shit for it. Whatever. Fast forward, she tries to make this video postpartum where like there's a bunch of diapers scattered around her house, like 17 fucking diapers that she picked up. And when this video first went viral, you had half the internet talking about, ew, that's disgusting, what a terrible person, blah, blah. And then the rest of the internet decided to join in, and they were saying, like, this is so relatable. Like, when you're postpartum, like, we know, when you're postpartum, life is fucking crazy. I don't know if it's 17 diapers fucking crazy, but it's definitely crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway, fast forward, videos were starting to not make sense with this girl, right? And there was a video where like the dad, I guess they were in the supermarket, and it's like people have zoomed it in where they're like they pretend to throw like a box of food or something, and the kid like raises his arms. And like I even tried it on Scarlett where I like put my hand in front of her face, and like she'll flinch with her head for a second, but she doesn't raise her arms.
Yeah.
So that calls for concern. Then other videos started coming out where they're like she's locking her child into a room.
Well, this one, okay, I saw that one too. The one that she had to unlock the door for him to come out.
Right.
That's the video. That
I think
she
that's
didn't
the
lock
video.
Him. You saw her unlocking the door to let him out. But let's say he was in a nap time, and let's say
stairs.
Let's say the stairs.
I have that lock on my door.
Yeah, like you would lock Scarlett, and you put the camera whenever you see her getting up, you would go and open the door.
That's okay, but there's so much more to it.
I know, but I feel like it can all be twisted. I also get the weirdest vibe watching those videos, like
the dad flicking the fucking food,
the
hand away from the food.
Yeah.
Her complaining the $35 for a jacket was too much in fucking. She didn't say it was 8-degree weather. She said it was 25 and it felt 8. Too quiet.
I'm gonna tell you that this child is of an age that should be screaming his head off. I'm not saying like children should be screaming, but they usually do. Like they're usually loud. They're usually mommy, daddy, oh this, that, look at this, look at that. Like they're just all over the place. This child is quietly staring and listening for, I don't know,
scared out of his fucking mind.
It's not even like discipline, because a child,
it's like, fear.
It's fear.
You see the fear in his eyes.
They cannot be disciplined. This cannot be like, oh, now you're gonna listen. And like this age cannot be disciplined like that. Not like that.
Oh my god! Even if I yelled at Scarlett, she would just yell back and be like, "Why, mommy?"
Yeah,
like, she wouldn't just sit
with
there.
a smile, be like, eh.
Right, but that's the thing. Like the kid fell off the fucking chair with a knife in his hand. Not. Oh my god! Do you understand what I would have done? Do you understand?
You would have thrown everything.
Oh my god! Yes. But back to the jacket thing. Like she was talking about, like she was vlogging a moment where she was like, oh, $35 for a jacket, like that's just too much. And it's like this poor kid had a little fucking sweater on. It was 28 degrees, but it felt like it was 8 degrees. But I don't know,
But at the same time, she posted another video where she was explaining her budget and her spendings, and it was like,
bullshit!
Date night, $65. Like, what do you mean date night?
Bullshit, though. Because then she was talking about in another video that her $1,500 towards hunting gear finally went hunting. They spent $1,500 on hunting gear for her husband to go hunting. But you can't spend $35. Do you understand? I would literally use the last $35 in my wallet to just buy Scarlett a toy. Not even a necessity. Literally anything, I would use my last $35 on my child. So anyway, to get to the point though about CPS has been called. And people have been, they're calling it in. They're saying this girl, like the whole internet is now talking about this. They're involved. They're heavily involved. But it's also like, it's not just CPS. They're also getting like the nurses board involved too. Like if she thought budgeting was hard, just wait, girlfriend, because you put yourself in a super shitty situation. And you know what's scary? And there was a girl who was talking on a post on TikTok about this whole thing and about how like CPS was called. And like I am all on board. I genuinely believe that these children need to be safe. They need to be checked on. Like we don't know if this is rage bait, but even if it is rage bait, like you're literally still putting your children in harm's way, right? Because for you to have to like do all the things you're doing, it's still somewhat manipulating their brain. Like they're so little, they don't understand. So like you're still harming them in some sort of way, right? But I think one of the biggest things, and I said it on the video and I got attacked for it. I was like, but what if we as the internet are wrong and we break a home? That would be terrible. You know what I mean? Like what if, because like we were talking about earlier on in this episode, it's like people choose to show what they want. Right?
Yes.
Like when this girl posted that video about 17 diapers,
Exactly.
it was rage bait to get people pissed off. Like there were fucking dirty 17
I feel
diapers.
so, but like at the same time, like so you want to be infamous. You don't want to be famous. You don't want to be.
You want to be loathed.
Yeah, you want to be. Why would you do that to yourself?
But that's
And then she took it. She was like, I want to take this to another level. Make it a brand name. Why? No. Like you should get some help. Like you should get some help, like literally maybe financial help, maybe mental help,
a lot of mental help,
cleaning help, literally
help.
Seriously,
how is she gonna get help? She can't even afford $35 for her son's fucking jacket.
I'm just saying, like, like she had a baby and a toddler with like diapers laying around. Like while you're attending one child, isn't the other child inside the diaper smudging everything on the walls?
Well, that was another thing. Hold on, wait, but that was the other thing. Like she also made it a point to the she never changed her child's diaper unless it was completely full or if they shit in it.
Exactly. So every diaper was shot on.
Yeah.
So there was those diapers were loaded.
Yeah.
So if any of those children went like by accident and just like opened it and ate it and got sick and something happens, anything, you know what I'm saying? It can go wrong. But at the same time, yes, I understand as like she had the bag. She had the actual bag. Just put them in the bag and put the bag in a corner. Put them away from the children. Put it up on the counter. Put it away.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you let this, like...
Well, that was the thing. It turned into, the whole 17 diapers thing really turned into, like, postpartum and relatability towards women after giving birth.
But I had postpartum.
Right.
I had heavy postpartum that I probably am still I'm still dealing with, like, the consequences of it.
4 years later.
4 years later. I took medication for 2 years. On and off because I wasn't feeling good, and it was very difficult. It was crazy difficult.
Not 17 dirty diapers around your house difficult.
No, but I do understand that it can be like extremely like debilitating as like mentally and physically. Like
yeah.
I have thrown up. I have had times where I just couldn't like pick myself up. Sometimes like there were days like it was bad, but at the same time, she obviously has a husband, and that
was another thing. Like because she would shit on him in all of the videos.
Why?
And in her explanation video, she said it was satire.
What do you mean? What do you mean satire? It's all fun and giggles.
No, satire. Like she was purposely lying about him being such a bad, like she would make videos where like, oh, my husband just doesn't want to help me today, he's too tired, so I'm all alone, blah blah. Like in her videos she was belittling her husband. Like it was satire, it was fake. It was. Could you tell? It was clickbait.
Could you tell though?
I don't fucking know. Maybe she's just saying it was satire. I have no fucking idea. I don't even think I've gone down enough of the rabbit hole of Nurse Hannah to truly understand her rage bait fucking content. And it was so funny because somebody was like, "You must have loved Hannah," and I'm like, I didn't even fucking know this chick until like 3 days ago.
Literally, like I
loved her. First off, I don't like her now. After all the shit that I've seen.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know the bitch is 17 diapers. I remember
I
the
didn't know.
term of 17 diapers because Avery Woods did a podcast with her,
Mm.
like talking about the whole thing. I never watched it.
Mm.
All I know is that I saw the little snip clips on
Now I wanna
Cheers
see it.
on its right. I
No.
want to see it, but
I
I
wanna see
remember
what she
somebody
says.
was like, "Now I get why." Like it wasn't even that deep for her, for Hannah. It wasn't even deep when she was like on the podcast because there was no like relatability, like I honestly I don't know. I didn't watch it.
But again, you can lie, you can cheat, you can clickbait all you want. Once you put the face of your child
On the internet.
on the internet, for somebody that doesn't have a child and somebody that does have a child, I mean, I feel like anybody would say that's not like.
No, if
like,
you're
do
gonna
whatever you want, don't get your babies
don't
involved.
because now
Those
look
are
at what
your
she's
babies.
going through. Now she's got to go through. I have not like she had claimed that she wasn't posting on TikTok anymore. She was moving everything over to YouTube now. But I even checked this morning to see if she's posted. She hasn't. And people came out yesterday and like saying about the whole CPS getting involved. She's probably not even allowed to post anymore. She's not allowed to be out there. She ruined their lives.
She ruined her own life.
Yeah, and her children's
And
now.
I don't know how she
All
didn't
because
see
of
it
what?
coming. Like how I like okay. Let's say
Did she not think that people were gonna pick up on it?
exactly. Like if like let's say you're a content creator and we were talking about this as a content creators, you usually put the highlights of your day.
It's a highlight reel.
And I understand that it's okay to post your lows. It's okay to be like, oh,
It's okay to talk about your lows.
Yeah, oh my god, today my house was a complete mess that one time. Like, okay, like today or like for 2 days
It's okay to be vulnerable.
Absolutely.
But it's not okay if you're going to bring down everybody in your family vulnerability type of situation because that's kind of what that was.
Yeah, now they're going to be stamped forever. Forever. Like everybody's going to know your face like that. With associated with all of this.
Yeah.
And the kids' face.
Yeah. Not to mention like
when he
once
grows
you
up,
put
oh, your mom is blah blah blah.
once you're on the internet though, like that shit's never gone.
I know that's
like
horrible.
she even tried to delete those videos. Those videos that people see like the kid falling off the chair.
She tried, but people
they already recorded. Those videos will be on the internet for the rest of her life.
Yeah, that's
whether she wants it there, whether people forget about it, whatever. But back to the whole point of this topic with the CPS is like, even for her, for all this shit that's going on right now, they're not going to just go and arrest her and take those kids away. They have nothing truly on her. They have a bunch of people against her with some videos and snip clips of what she chose and allowed people to see. And it's not going to be that easy. They're going to have to go through, but like, was I talking to you and Caroline about this earlier? I was talking to you guys earlier because it's like, if you put a kid, right? This kid's what, 2 years old, 3 years old? You sit them down, kids will say yes or no to anything. Like, if I've never put my hands on my child ever in my life.
No,
but if you
can
sat her down.
Did you see a unicorn? She's like, yeah, I saw it.
Well, what fucking unicorn did you see? There was no unicorn.
Yeah, I saw it.
So it's like, imagine sitting down a 2.5-year-old kid and it's like, hey, has mommy and daddy ever put their hands on you? And what if they say yes? Like, they're 3 years old. They're 2 years old. They don't even understand what that question is.
Yeah, they're
so like
what?
it's a tricky situation.
They're like, yes.
But then they were like showing videos of the kid and like having bruises on his face and stuff. Do you remember that month of Scarlett just constantly fucking falling? Like we saw her falling, just constantly hurting herself.
Yeah, they do. They
get bruises all the time. So like when I saw that, I was like, we're reaching a little bit now.
We
like
don't
now
know.
We're just fucking reaching.
We don't know.
Are the other videos 100% looking like it's abuse? Yeah, no kids just throwing their hands up like that. There's no way. If a kid's throwing their hands up in front of their face to guard them, that's like next level reflex. That is not even just a reflex. That's like they know they have to do that. Like it's done before.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, CPS does need to look into this. At the end of the day, that woman's daughter should fucking inform her that man ruined her life.
Ruined her life. I think she should know that she's dating the man that ruined her life. But there was a reason though.
I know there was a reason.
Yeah, but
there has to be a reason.
Okay. hypothetically, I don't know the actual story. Hypothetically, the guy sees that this person is incapable of caring for these children. It's like, you're literally incapable, lady. Like, you can't do this. I do love you. I do, like, but you can't. Like, she's a drug addict. Let's say she's something. If the child care services came and they saw something and they took the kids and they confirmed what he said that was right and they took the kids, he did good though.
He did.
And he
They
stayed
shouldn't have been in that
and
environment.
he stayed by her side to be like her partner. Like,
Right.
you are a drug addict, you're something bad, I see who you are, I'm gonna stay by your side,
But that's not what
I'm
it
gonna
says.
still be your boyfriend.
But
No,
she has no idea that it's him.
no, but he knows.
Right.
And he decides, like, he knows that to take the kids, he knows to take the kids because that's the right thing to do, and at the same time he knows it's the right thing to stay with her.
And get her
So
the help
she's
maybe
not
that she
alone.
needs.
Maybe he can help her, maybe she would never get the help, but at least she'll have him.
Right.
Let's say she loves him too.
Right.
But if she finds out that he is the reason, she would not have anybody in her life.
No, she wouldn't.
She wouldn't have. Maybe she doesn't deserve to have anybody.
I
in
was
her
about
life.
to say, do you think somebody that's...
But if he chooses for himself to stay by
Oh,
her
it's a
side,
different situation.
yeah, like he wants to be her boyfriend. But this is only hypothetical, like, situation,
Everything.
story, scenario.
I mean, technically everything that we talk about is hypothetical because nobody gives us enough details
Yeah, well,
to like really dissect the situation, which
the
we would love to have.
the details again were.
Here is her.
Yeah, it's her. My mom is with the guy who called child safety on her, but doesn't know he did. Her children are now in my care. So I guess they're with the right person too, because that's their sister. Because I mean,
She's saying that's my mom.
yeah. So that's like, okay. So they're with their sister.
But you know what? In a lot of situations, kids do get put into the foster care system. And it's sad because I genuinely, for me, believe that the system is not in our favor. They is. A lot of the times,
Would
it
they
isn't.
stay with somebody that literally cannot care for them? Like, would they rather?
It's not up to
stay-
them. They're minors. They don't get to
Yeah,
decide.
I'm just saying, but do you think it's better for them to stay with the mom that cannot care for them, like she's like always like out, or to go in the foster care with maybe a chance to get like
No, I agree. I do think in that situation where if you're in a really bad environment in your home life and things need to be handled, going into the system is sometimes, not always, a better situation. But at the end of the day, it's like, why is our system not perfected by now? Like, you have these kids that are taken from their homes because they are broken. Parents are drug addicts, there is abuse involved, things are going on. And yet, why is it that our system is not fixed purposely? We spoke about this in one of the episodes. Like, the person that I know, they were in foster care, and the person that was like fostering this kid was only fostering them for the money. And that's the problem. Our system is so fucked up. Like, who's to say they're
No.
going to be put into a good foster
I feel like
home?
no, the system. I feel like there's always a system, and there's always ways around the system, whatever the system is.
There
Like,
is. There's so many ways around
no,
it.
and I'm just saying that it's not the system's fault. It's people's fault. It's people deciding to use the system.
But we, as the people that are in charge of the system, should be doing crazy amount of checks
Yes,
to make
checks.
sure. But that's the problem.
Yeah.
Our system doesn't
Checks.
do that. They claim to do all these checks, but there are so many people they have to check on.
But they sneak through the checks.
They do. They sneak
yeah.
fucking through it. Or they don't do it. A lot of these social workers, I'm not saying all, I personally don't even know. You just hear the stories where it's like these social workers sometimes don't even give a shit. Like, there are just some bad people in this world. And it's inevitable. You can't
It's
get around
inevitable.
it.
It's honestly inevitable.
You can't get around it. But it's sad. And I'm just really grateful that the kids at least got to be with the older sibling, because that would fucking suck.
I agree.
That
I
would
agree
be
with that.
shitty.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh, that's a rough one.
Yeah.
That's rough. And that's sad. Because if he's withholding that truth from the mom, then something serious must have happened.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I get it. For them to take them for real.
Right. Sad. Very, very sad. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
Well, did she ask us like what do I do? No, she doesn't ask us.
It was just a statement.
I think it was just a
I
statement.
have no opinion or even like the
Advice.
slightest bit advice.
No, I
had
zero
nothing.
advice.
There's no advice I can give on that.
I mean, try to like
just make sure you
stay
love them.
together. Stay together. Be like us. Be your own little family, like you and your siblings, and try to make it through. And I don't know, just stay together, love each other, and let your mom like handle herself, and the boyfriend just let them be. I don't know. This is the only thing I can think of. And this is the only thing I can think of. Like, let them be. If they're in a bad situation, don't go.
Just make sure you keep those kids safe.
Yeah, don't go in the mom's house.
And that's all. Yeah, don't go there.
Yeah.
Just make sure you like, subscribe, comment. We love to hear all the good and the bad. We appreciate you tuning in this week. And make sure you tune in next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our next episode. Bye.
Bye-bye.